But India's GDP for the first quarter is expected to be out tomorrow. Lata is here to tell us what to expect. Lata.
Well, GDP for the first quarter, that is April, May, June quarter, expected to have grown by 15% compared to 20% year ago, and quarter ago, that's Q4 of last year, it was 4.1% growth. The gross value added, or GVA, is estimated to have grown by 13%. Now, the difference is just that GVA, you get the GVA by subtracting taxes from GDP and adding subsidies. Okay, now we are getting these high numbers of 13.6 and 15% because GDP fell very sharply in 2020. Remember the year of COVID lockdown, and that was only partially recovered to the extent of 46% in 2020, FY 2022. So, April to June of this year was the first normal quarter, especially for the services sector. So, services actually brings the maximum contribution to this year's GDP. It is estimated to have grown by 17.7%. Industry, that segment is expected to have grown by 10.7%. Agriculture grew by a more modest 3.1%, according to respondents in our poll. Now, they say that what helped growth in general for the full economy was the revenge spending on services. Services like hospitality, hotels, and even health and education. Also, urban wage growth was very strong. According to a Citibank calculation, wage bill in listed corporates in first quarter grew by 12.9%. In the previous quarter, Q4, it grew by only 10%. So the summer demand for power was another factor, and the global coal shortage. That meant higher output from domestic mining sector. Manufacturing and industry were also supported by decent exports and strong domestic urban demand, which we already spoke about. Credit growth has improved very strongly, grew by 14%. Government spending also was fairly good. All these helped GDP. What dragged? Well, what dragged was rural India. Agriculture was clearly impacted by heat waves. Also, rural consumption was hit by the surge in inflation, leaving less disposable income. All told, our poll sees GDP growing at 15%. That's the big number to remember. Just for reference, the Reserve Bank is estimating GDP growth for that quarter, first quarter, at 16.2.
All right. Okay, Lata, thanks a lot for that. So we'll get to know more. Tomorrow is a market holiday, so perhaps the market will react to it on a Thursday, but we'll keep an eye out on the Q1 GDP data.